Hello, lovelies. Yes, it's me again. I've got the same top on again, but I've done a couple of recordings on the same day. So I am doing the hashtag random rusty Q&A. I saw it on Mama G Gear, and I've seen a number of other people do it as well. And I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. I quite like the questions. So here goes. So question number 1. There are 16 questions altogether, so I'll try and run through them as quick as I can, so you're not too long. Besides yarn, is there anything else you collect? I collect buttons. It's quite a new collection. I've been collecting them in the last year. I've only really got modern buttons at the moment, so, but I would like to go and look for some like antique buttons. We're going to Dieppe in France for my 60th birthday for a week, and they have an amazing market there, so I'm hoping, you never know, I might pick up some buttons while there. Project bags I've started collecting since I've been doing crochet. It's a slow collection because I haven't got a huge budget and you need to save up your pennies for them. I do collect, because you know I love cows, hence Moo, Sarah Moo. I do collect some Moo paraphernalia. I've got some funny mugs, some novelty mugs. I've got some beautiful crocheted Moos that I've had made for me. What Moo stuff have I got? I've got lots of little Moo things that people have made me. But I'm not one of these people where I've got to have everything's got to be cow related or Moo related. But yes, I do love Moo stuff, as you know from my latest Temu, my first Temu haul. I got a few Moo bits. So yeah, I'm a little bit choosy about what Moo things I have. I don't want every bit of Moo paraphernalia out there. Don't need it, but there's the odd thing that I really, really love. I've got some beautiful Moo ornaments that I've had bought me. So perhaps I'll do a video on my Moo bits and bobs sometime. Be quite interesting. Right, what's your most prized possession? I'm not really a possession person, but I do have some things that are precious to me. I've got some drinking glasses that are older than me. I'm 60 this year. When my mum and I was born in Singapore, and while we were out there, my mum and dad bought a set of beautiful 6 long, tall glasses. They're lovely for cocktails, but they're so thin and delicate. They're absolutely beautiful. And they've survived my mum and dad moving in the forces and us moving, so I've still got them and they're absolutely precious. They're not worth anything monetary, but they are worth more than diamonds to me because they're part of my history. My mummy and daddy bought them before I was born. I've also got a dinner service. It's, what's it called? What's the make? Noritake, and that was bought in Singapore as well, and I've got the full dinner service, and I believe I've got the cups and saucers, side plates, yeah, and the cutlery set of cutlery, and I love them to bits. I've also got a serving platter of my granny's and an old decanter of hers and a vase. These are my most precious possessions. I haven't just got one, but they mean the world to me. My granny was a very, very special lady. And like I said, they are not worth anything in monetary value, but they're worth more than diamonds to me. I've got precious memories with these items, and they'll be passed down the family. So, name a book or movie that is important to you. I'm not sure important, but the last book I read, which also had a movie made, and I read the book before the movie, very rare for me, was Memoirs of a Geisha. I loved the book and I really enjoyed the film, but I'm so glad I read the book first. The book was fabulous, and the film is good, and it's a film that I would read. I don't do an awful lot of reading now. I don't have time. I work full time, and my downtime and my relaxing is crochet whenever I can. So maybe when I retire, I might be able to fit reading in again. How many languages can you say thank you? English, French merci, German danke, Dutch bedankt, Italian grazie, Greek efaristo, Malay terima kasih. What was it? Arigato Japanese, and spasiba Russian. There you go. Oh, that was 9. And that is only because we've been to France. I've lived in Germany. We used to visit Holland a lot. We've been to Italy. We've been to Greece, been to Malaya. My son has been, is very much into Japanese. Japanese film is what he did his PhD in. And my mum and dad have been to Russia. So, yeah, so whenever Bob and I go abroad, we like to learn a few phrases, bits of language. So, yeah. What's the most interesting place that I've visited? For me and Bob, it's Malaysia and Hong Kong. Malaysia being number one. We've been to Kuala Lumpur, we've been to Borneo, and we've been to Penang. And the most beautiful country, the most beautiful people, the mix of cultures and food and the beautiful places there, and the people just, Malaysia is our most favourite place that we've been, and Hong Kong a second, but my goodness, Hong Kong doesn't stop. It's 24/7 crazy. So if you're not a city person, we like city breaks, we like being by the sea, we love the mountains, we love all sorts, but we have to be able to get about and see things. We're not people that go on holiday and sit by a swimming pool. I get so bored. I need culture, I need interest, I need food, I need to go and see all the when we were in Malaysia and Hong Kong, in their markets and where you go shopping, it's all in their own individual, like you'd have the Indian, the Hindu area, the Sikhs, you'd have the Malays, you'd have the Chinese, and it's fabulous. You go round and they all live together and work together, and it's and it's just lovely. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I love culture. So yeah, are you a morning bird or a night owl? Definitely morning. I am up at 5 o'clock every morning, apart from the weekends. A lie-in for me is 8 a.m. And that's, I can't stay in bed any longer than that. But hubby and I are very early morning. Hubby's up 3 o'clock in the morning. He does his paperwork then when his brain's fresh. I get up at 5. I don't need to start work until 8. I'll probably spend an hour of that, putting the washing on, doing the washing up, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And whenever we go and see my mum and dad, we get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to them for 8 o'clock for breakfast, because that means we've got a whole day, extra day when we go and visit them. I can't bear wasting time on the blooming roads in traffic jams. And when we drive at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing on the road. So yeah, we are morning birds, definitely. Tell us about your animal family. Well, we have one pussycat now, Tootsie, and she's absolutely gorgeous. She's a princess. She rules the house. She's so funny. She's 14 years old. We adopted her in lockdown, and we adopted her with her adopted sister, Mickey Puss. But Mickey developed cancerous growths in her respiratory, all in her nasal and down, and she couldn't breathe. She was so poorly, love her. And we had to have her put to sleep. But now Tootsie has just become the princess of the house now. She talks to us all the time. She shouts for her dinner. She thanks us for her dinner. She tells us when she's going to bed. And she's so funny now. She knows she is the princess. She'll wait by a door and look at you and say, well, come on, open it. And if Bob isn't sat in his chair after she's had her dinner, she sits by his chair. And when he walks in, she looks at him as if to say, sit your bum down, I need your lap. Oh, but she is the most gentle pussycat I've ever known. She has never hissed. She's so timid. She's so timid, love her. She can't bear the grandchildren. When the grandchildren come, if it's the summer, then she's out. She'll go and sleep under the shed or in the old shed, but she won't go anywhere near the grandchildren. She hates them. Too noisy, can't bear it. In the winter, if the grandchildren come round, we put her in our bedroom with one of Bob's jumpers to sleep on, and her cat litters up there, her food, water, and she doesn't come out until they've gone. And when they've gone, she searches the whole house to make sure they're not here. And she's so funny, but we love her to bits. So that's our animal family. We have lots of wild animals in the garden. We have hedgehogs, we have foxes, badgers, squirrels, and loads of different birds. So, what show or movie do you love to rewatch? Labyrinth with David Bowie, all Star Wars, well, the early ones mainly. Bob's not so keen on the older ones, but I'd watch them all. Prime Suspect is one of our favourites that we play again and again. Dirty Harry, any of the spaghetti westerns with can't remember his name, the Dirty Harry actor. Oh, the Clint Eastwood, sorry. Oh, it's the end of the day and I'm knackered. So yeah, that's some of our favourites, but there's lots that we rewatch. How do you recharge? Crochet and time to myself in silence. And I get that usually at the beginning of the day when Bob goes to work. And at the end of the day, if I finish work at 4 and get the dinner on, I can get half an hour in before he gets home of peace and quiet and silence. But my lunch hour, I can also have my lunch hour in this room, and I will sit quiet and crochet. And I love it. It just brings me down when I've had a stressed day. Yeah, as I said before, I wake up at 5 a.m. Hubby goes to work at 6. Between 5 and 6, we're showering, we're preparing for the day, doing the washing, clearing the kitchen up, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Yeah. And, yeah, so I make sure I get some crochet time in every day. And it's so annoying when I lose my crojo. And you get up and you don't want to crochet, and you don't. Thankfully, it does happen from time to time, but not for long. Because you lot get me going. All I've got to do is watch your videos and, hey, yarn and hooks and gorgeous, beautiful makes. There you go. That's how I recharge crochet. What What's your favourite way to travel? Used to be flying until the pandemic, and now we're not interested unless I think the next time we go to Ireland, where Bob's daughter lives, we will fly to Dublin and probably do a very long weekend there, and they can come and see us there. And that's probably the only place we'll fly to at the moment. So many people I know that have flown recently, and 3/4 of them have come back with bugs and viruses, and no thanks, no thanks. Our next favourite way at the moment is the ferry to Dieppe, because it only takes 4 hours, and it is on a lovely calm day. It's lovely. I know a ferry in a bad weather is not good fun, but I do take anti-sickness tablets. But we love driving. We love driving holidays. We have driven all the way through Europe. We've driven in France, Italy, Spain, Germany. Don't think we've done Holland yet. And I don't think we did Belgium driving, no, because we went on the Channel for that. But yeah, so we love a driving holiday and seeing lots of places. As we said, we love culture and we love seeing lots of places. If we had to choose and could only choose one way of travelling, it would be the car, because we can be in control and we can go where we like. Do or did you have any nicknames? Yes, I'm Moo. The grandchildren call me Nanny Moo, and Bob calls me Sweet Pea. Anyone else calls me Oi, probably. When I was at school, my surname was Williams, and I used to be called Willie. Not the nicest of names. But hey, there you go. It was all done in good taste and good fun. It was never nasty, but I didn't particularly like being a Willie. I'm an introvert or an extrovert. I can be both. I can be very, very shy. I hate. We recently had to take our car to a different garage, and my husband had to do it because I've not been there. The garage where we used to take it, I know them all. It's fine. But now hubby's done that, and they know the car. I'm quite happy now to go, and hubby's met the guy he knows, so all's good. I won't go into a pub I would never enter a pub on my own and wait for someone to be, no, I'd sit outside, whatever. I'm very much a home bird. I love being at home. We've got a wonderful garden. We live in a beautiful place. It's all national park out the back of our garden. They'll never build. We've got the South Downs National Park. We're very much home birds. I hate going to parties and things and where I don't know anyone. And, and I always have to say to Bob, don't you dare leave my side. Don't you leave my side until I get to know. And you get a bit comfortable and you suss people out, and I'm all right. So yeah, but I can be, I don't know about being an extrovert. If I have a little bit of alcohol, I can get a little bit loud and daft. But yeah, no, I'm more an introvert than an extrovert. Definitely, I think, yeah. I'll probably be a right funny old baggage when I'm a real old lady. But there you go. I am who I am. I can't change it. And you don't have to like me. What you get's what you see. Yeah, I'm more an introvert than an extrovert. But once I get to know people, absolutely fine. What's your first official job? Working in a butcher's. My first job as such, I did have a paper round when I was a young girl. And again, I used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it would take me 2 hours to do my paper. It was I did 2 huge estates, but I used to do it on my bike. And I'd get my paper round done before anyone else got up to go and do theirs. But my first proper job was working in a butcher's. I used to work in the butcher's, and I used to link all the sausages. I can't do it now. Cannot do it now. I unlinked some sausages a little while ago that we got from the butcher's and rolled them all, made them all lot, and tried to. Oh God, it was hilarious. In the end, I did them like Cumberland sausages and ran them in a circle. Oh dear, I can't do it now. But yeah, butcher's. Then I think I was a barmaid for a little while, and then a receptionist at Volvo garage. But I will say I have never been out of a job. Whenever I've needed a job, I've been employed, and when I didn't work, when I had the children, I was very lucky. I was able to not work and bring the children up. Once they went to school, I started working again, and I went into childminding then. My goodness, that was hard work, because I had my own 2 children. One was they were at different schools, and then I had 2 children. I had 4 children under school age, between 2 and 4. 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Yeah. I used to have a 7-seater car then, and yeah, I wouldn't go back to that again, but it was good while I did it. Yeah, but my first proper job was a butcher's. If money was no object, how would you spend your day? Oh, golly, this really, really made me think. A selfish day, totally selfish. I would have a Michelin star breakfast, lunch and dinner, and I'd be chauffeured around and I'd drink champagne. What a waste of a day, I say. But if money was no object, wow, yeah, I'd love to do that. Just for one day. But if money were no object, for the rest of my days, I would want to release my hubby from his job so that he could be totally free of working with anyone else and be his own boss, and renovate buildings to turn them into homes for homeless, for refugees, and then to train those people and those refugees who are probably jobless as well, with all the different jobs within building: roofing, tiling, decorating, plumbing, electrical work, carpentry, so that then the next project that they renovate, they will renovate it with Bob. That would be, if money was no object, put it back into the community, put it back into society. It's a pipe dream. But if we ever won the lottery, that's what I'd want to do. If only, but there you go. Yeah. If I became ruler of the country, what's the first law you would pass? Free public transport for children and OAPs, and free parking in all towns to get the high streets full again, and shops, and get people in shopping and web. No one around here, you can't afford to park in Brighton. It's absolutely diabolical. It's getting that way in Eastbourne as well. And public transport is so expensive. Oh, it's terrible. I don't think children and OAPs and students should have to pay for public transport at all. So that's one little thing. There's so many things if I was ruler. There's so many things that you could do, but that would be one thing. Name something I'm proud of. My family, my mum and dad, my children, my grandchildren. Family. Very proud of our family. They're all decent, gorgeous human beings who are good fun to be with, hilarious. They've got hearts of gold. They've got good morals. Yeah. Something that I'm proud that I've done. I'm proud that I taught myself to crochet. I don't know. It's very difficult, isn't it? We're not very good at being proud of ourselves and fluffing ourselves up and saying, "Hey, look at me." I know I'm good at stuff, but I think I'm a decent human being. I think I'm proud of being a decent human being. I do care about the world and about people. I try to be kind. Don't always succeed. No one can be perfect all the time. But yeah, my pride and joy in my family, and Bob's kids as well. Yeah, absolutely. I'm quite proud. We've been through a few family crises, Bob and I. Some real difficult crises, and we're very good in a crisis. We're very good. So I'm quite proud of that. And we've come out the other side of it with the family members as well, and still talking to each other and loving each other, and so yeah, I'm proud of us as a unit together. We're very good and supportive, and yeah. So that's it. That's my questions. Thanks for the fun, Rusty. Good questions. And if you don't know Mama G Gear and Rusty, then please pop over there. I'll put the link to Mama G Gear in the comments box below. And Rusty, thanks for fabulous questions. Take care. Love you loads. If you fancy doing it, the questions will be in the comments box below, and you can go away and answer them yourself. Take care. Loads of love. Always be kind. You never know what someone else is going through. And look after yourself and look after your health. Bye for now.